Hey, hello again. Um, this is day one for us all in New Zealand, so I hope it's gone well. This routine today is especially for my neighbour Bob, who apparently is unable to touch the floor with his hands when he's standing up. So we're gonna get Bob up and moving, and we're gonna get it so that by the end of the week or in a week's time, Bob can touch the ground. Okay, so we're gonna be doing a lot of work on our hamstrings and legs and glutes and adductors. Um, Let's start off by lying on our backs, as we always do. Hopefully it's not been too stressful for you all today, but it could well have been. And we'll start the breathing again. So nice big breath in all the way through the body and out. And again in and out. Slow your mind down and breathe nice and deeply at a rate that suits you. And allow your pelvis and your shoulders to go nice and heavy, your legs as well, and your head. And just check in with any parts of your body where you could be holding tension from the day. Okay. Bring your right knee in, like nice way we always like to start, nice and close to the chest. And let's start taking that in some nice big circles. Like I said, we're going to focus on the legs today. I'll throw in a little bit of upper body stuff as well. I've still not worked out how I can get the camera high enough to do some standing things without chopping half of me off. So bear with me while I work that out. But for now, I promise you this will be a good one. And it's all Bob's fault. So just move that leg in both directions and again at a rate that suits you, wherever you feel that you need it. Get in close to the chest and swap legs. Nice big squeeze first of all. Keep your core locked on and then start circles. And like I said, when you're ready and at your own pace, go the other direction. Lean into those spots or really push into those spots and feel those spots that feel good. Good. Finish by hugging that knee in again. Let's bring the other one up to join you and hug both knees into the chest. It's okay if you roll up and your pelvis comes up a little bit. That's fine for now. And just very gently rock from side to side. Remember to keep your core locked on and keep breathing. Good. Both feet flat on the floor. Let's wake the pelvis up and the spine up. So like we do, so feet, weight even in both feet, excuse me. Palms flat on the floor and then start rolling up through the pelvis, nice and tall. Squeeze those glutes when you get to the top so you get some energy working through them. And then roll all the way down. Remember to unfurl nicely on your way down. Come back up again. Push right up. And uncurl. Work through this a few times at a rate that suits you. The bits to remember are to keep your shoulders nice and relaxed, your core locked on, weight even in both of your feet and your neck long, and obviously keep breathing. And really squeeze those glutes when you get up high. Good. One more. And all the way down. Okay. Cross the legs again. Apply a little bit of pressure if you need to. And swap sides. Good. Come back to the first one and bring that leg, the standing leg up. Remember, you can still apply a little bit of pressure to this knee if you need to increase the stretch in the glute. And very gently sway from side to side, very gently though. You don't want any injuries. Go at a pace that suits you, but generally quite slow. Keep breathing, and you can hover in any spot that needs a little bit of extra love at the moment. For me, that's right there. And when you're ready, switch legs. So just that nice straight stretch first of all, and then when you're ready, you can start swaying. All the same rules apply, obviously side to side, but it's interesting to note, just for you, which sides or how your sides compare to each other. Good. Both feet flat on the floor again. Let's take or extend so bend your knees and then just extend the lower leg of one of your legs and roll up through your pelvis. Keep your pelvis really level, so don't drop down. Likewise, don't come up too high one side, nice and square, and roll down. Same again, roll up and roll down. One more, because 3 is a good number. And roll down. And swap legs. Same again. Keep your shoulders relaxed. One more. And down. Good. Hug your knees into your chest. And let's come up to sitting. Hello. Okay, one leg out to the side. Be gentle to start with. And just find or move into a spot that where you can start to feel the stretch. As always, again, it's important that you're sitting up and not leaning back or slouching back, and your knee should be facing upwards. Work through the foot. So just the same way as you did with your spine, keep your neck nice and long, core locked on, and make sure you're breathing deeply. Let's swap sides. Again, be careful. Find that spot that's right for you, and then work through the foot. I was just twisting my body, so watch that you're not either. Good. Bring the soles of your feet together and hang on to your toes, and then let your knees just fall out, and you can sit here and bounce a little bit. Again, keep nice and tall. Next long. Good, let's roll onto all fours and work through cat-cow. So again, our same checkpoints, wrists under your shoulders, knees under your hips, and let's start to tuck up and uncurl all the way. And again, pull up and uncurl. Work through this now at a little speed that suits you. And you might find that it feels good to sit and wait in one of the spots along the way. From here, sit back into child's pose, reach those hands forwards, but keep your shoulder blades pulling back. And in this pose, you can sort of lean into your shoulders a little bit, just a little bit of movement, the same as we've done with the pelvis. And you might just feel it pulling around your shoulder blade and in your lats a little bit. Good. From here, reach an arm through. And the other way. Come back up to all fours. Tuck your toes and push up into your downward facing dog. Walk through the feet. Don't try to force your feet flat on the ground. It'll come. Keep your shoulder blades pulled back and together, downwards towards your pelvis, so that they're flat against your rib cage. Come forwards into a bridge, into a plank. Now with this, it's really important that you don't hang down. So keep up, if anything, come up a little bit higher. Keep your shoulder blades pulled down and back so there's nothing strange happening. Keep your head in line. And push back up into your downward dog. You might find that you already have a little bit more flexibility in your soleus gastrocs and your hamstrings. Keep walking through. And take a nice big lunge forwards. As always, make sure the pelvis is staying nice and square. Good. Send that leg back and bring the other one forward. Good. Drop the knees back to your kneeling position and cat-cow again. And this time, keep the knee on the ground and come forwards into that lunge again. Push forwards from your at your pelvis. Try to keep your chest up. Tuck your toes and then come up to a standing lunge. Woo. Hands down, send that foot back, drop the knee and bring the other one forward so you're in that nice long kneeling lunge. Couple of breaths. Tuck the toe, push the heel back and come up to standing. Remember to keep that chest open. Good. Let's swivel around to the side and hang here. So you're poking your pelvis up, your top of your body is going nice and heavy, and you just wrap your or fold your arms over your head and hang here. Breathe nice and deeply. And very gently start to rock. So your pelvis and your legs stay really nice and still and stable, and you're just moving your upper body around. Keep your head and your arms really heavy here. That's it, and lean just forwards into that, or rest forwards as much as you can. If you're up on your hands, that's really okay. If you can come down, then do. Walk over to one of your legs. And come over to the other one. Come back to the middle. Make sure you keep poking your pelvis, really poking your pelvis upwards. Good. Let's come down to sitting. And we'll do some of that spine lengthening again. So hands supporting your pelvis just behind you. Keep your neck nice and long. Relax your legs, and you just apply a little bit of pressure into the ground. Keep your head up nice and tall. And relax. Move your knees around if you need to. And we'll go again. So bring your hands down close to your pelvis. Relax yourself, lock the core on, and then just apply a little bit of pressure. Drop your head down very gently. And again, very gently sway from side to side, very, very carefully, please. Good, come back up, nice and tall, and then relax. Let's bring one leg up, and actually we can take it nice and slowly all the way down. This one can come up to here if you need to, otherwise you can just go straight up here. And again, from here, you can just gently rock inwards and outwards. See what feels good. This is all for you, Bob. Swap sides. With any of these movements, it's all about you, not about getting anywhere fast, okay? So just really listen to your body and lean into what feels good. Good. While we're here, just cross that leg over again and let's get into those glutes a little bit more. Breathe into those bits that feel tight. And swap sides. Good. Let's come back up to our side splits. Wherever you are is okay. You might actually find that you're even a little bit tighter than you were yesterday because you've worked muscles that perhaps you haven't worked before. So they might even be you might find that you're a little bit tighter today. That's okay. Same arm position and hand position supporting your lumbar spine. Drop your shoulders and keep your chest open and your neck long. You can sway a little bit. Movement's good. Good. Bring your so the soles of your feet together again and sit here. Cross your legs. And we'll stretch the sides. So once more, we're in between two sheets of glass. Take the arm over. And the other way. Good. Once more, the first side. And the other way. Good. Let's get back into the legs. Now, this is quite a nice one if you can sit into it nicely. Start up on your knees and then just walk the knees outwards as wide as you can go, and then you gently lie yourself down. So you're in a kind of an open frog kind of position. You might find that your ankles aren't quite on the ground, mine aren't quite on the ground, but just sit here and you might find that you can just wiggle back a little bit to increase the opening of your pelvis. I quite like this one. You can lie down on your hands if you prefer, but For me, I find that I'm more of a stretch if I'm just a little bit more active sitting up a little bit. Breathe, keep your shoulders back, chest open. And from here, the idea is to keep your pelvis as low as you can, but you just roll back into that child's pose, that big open child's pose. Breathe into those hips. And come forwards again. You might need to readjust a little bit. And once more, push back. Go slowly through that movement. Good. Okay, well done. Come back up to a nice kneeling position and let's cat-cow again. Tuck the toes and push up into your downward dog. Walk through the heels. Come up or come forwards into a plank. And back up into downward dog. Walk your hands in a little bit. Really poke your pelvis up. Good, step forwards into that nice lunge. Keep your knee off the ground. And just pull back a little here. You can drop your knee down if you need to. If you stay up, you might find that you get a little bit more of a workout through those muscles in your leg. Good, come forwards, push nice and heavy. And swap sides. Pull back. And come forwards again. Let's lift the back foot up. And if you can reach around, then do, but don't twist too much, okay? Good. Swap sides. That nice long lunge. Pick up the back foot. Good. Come back to sitting in a half split. And from here we'll work towards the foot of the leg that you've got outstretched. So we'll start off by going sideways. Be really careful again that you're not doing anything funky with your body. Everything's staying nice and flat. Good. Stretch around, switch sides. I used to be able to reach my toes. Good. I've got a lot of work to do. Back into that nice open split. There we go. You can sit here for a while. Hands behind if you need to. Nice couple of nice big breaths. Good, and let's get back into those hamstrings again. So come to the side, roll down and bring a foot up. And you can gently sway that again, side to side. Nice and slowly, nice and easily. Switch sides. Again, remember that this leg can be bent slightly as well to help you out. Good, bend that down, roll up, and let's go back into that nice big open forward frog tuck. I'm not entirely sure what this stretch is called, it just reminds me of a frog. There's a beautiful sunset out here right now. Good, and then as we have done, just work backwards nice and slowly, keep your pelvis as low as you can. Then come back up to all fours, cat-cow again. Okay, bring a leg forwards, your back leg, so that you'll be able to see wherever you're watching from. Now, tuck that toe, push back and come up to standing. Turn the back foot so that you've got the front set of toes facing one way and then your back toes facing forwards, and then lean into that. Good. Straighten the front leg and come down to the side. Very nice. Turn the front leg toes forwards and come back down to the middle and hover here for a little while. Remember to keep your pelvis poking upwards. Nice and heavy with your head. Gently nod yes. And slowly and steadily work through a no movement. Okay, lengthen the spine a little. And then turn the other foot, toes outwards. Oops, another room. There we go. And lean into that. Open the arms out. This is a nice strong warrior pose. We're all needing to be a bit strong at the moment. Straighten the leg and come up. Look up towards your hand. Keep breathing. Turn to face your forwards leg. And if you'd like to here, you can see how you go into a split, which mine is not at the moment. It's okay, by the end of the little while we will be. Switch sides. I think this is just as good for me as it is for you, Bob. Used to be flat. Calm down to sitting. Soles of the feet together and let the knees fall out. So as I have just demonstrated, this is not about being perfect. It's just about what your body needs. And just leaning into any of those bits of your body that we need to love a little bit more, or that maybe we've been less kind to over the last little while. I certainly have been, clearly. But know that it's all a work in progress, and it's fine. Okay, let's come back up onto your, well, basically come up back up to standing. Hang here, so your feet aren't as super wide apart as we have been doing, just a little bit more than hip width, and hang forwards, gentle bend in the knees. So the idea here is to get your chest onto your thighs, nice and heavy. Find the floor with your hands, whatever that looks like, and just very gently lengthen the knees and lengthen the spine. Some of you might not be on the ground, and that's okay. That's really okay. Good. Gently bend the knees, come to a folded position. While you're here, though, do keep trying to push your pelvis up. You can keep the gentle bend in your knees, but just keep pushing your pelvis up. Nod your head yes again. And work through a no. Fingertips find the floor, or hands find the floor. And strengthen the knees, lengthen the spine, including your neck. And if you can here, keep the knees straight and flatten your palms. If you're up high, keep the knees gently bent, and you can just sit back like that. That's fine. But see how far you can come. The idea here is not to round though, so be careful with that. You want to keep your spine nice and lengthened. And if you can, and you'd like to, you can grab onto the backs of your legs and just pull yourself in. Your knees can be gently bent here. Good. One more nice lengthening of the spine. Walk your hands forwards, walk your feet backwards a little bit and into a nice down-facing dog, that nice triangle shape. Walk through the feet if you need to. And let's come back down to your knees. And you can roll onto your backs, and we'll just unwind a little bit here. Nice and long. Take your hands over your head so you're in that nice long pencil shape. Take a second just to really pull your heels and your feet away from the rest of your body and your palms away from your shoulders. Take a big breath, and on the exhale, just relax all of those muscles. Couple more nice big breaths. And just take note of how your body's feeling right now. We've all got Bob to thank for this one. Couple more breaths. Slow your mind down. It's day one for us here in New Zealand, and we've made it. And we've done some nice strong poses here because we will need to stay nice and grounded and flexible. So what a perfect way to do so. Stay there for as long as you need. You can close your eyes if you need to. And if you'd like to, you feel free to stay there, but you can join me in sitting nice and open, nice and long. Feel your sit bones and your ankles on the ground. Feel your palms on the ground. Stay nice and tall. Keep breathing. Turn your head to the right. And the left. Back to the center. Everybody with me say thank you, Bob. I'll see you all tomorrow. Go well. And don't be going too crazy. Keep healthy. Keep smiling. Keep being kind to each other. See you tomorrow.